We thought we'd give a bit of a tour of the orbiter. Casey is our camera person this evening, and as she comes up into the flight deck, we're at the aft panel. You can see some of the portable computers that we've got there on the right. And then we'll take a look at the front instrument panel. As we take a look in the forward part of the orbiter, you can see the pilot seat where Willie McCool sits. And you see the forward instrument panel. The books from right to left are where we keep our daily execute package, our Earth odds info, and info for passing down items between the shifts. You can see KC here going from the flight deck down into the mid-deck, where we'll show you around a few of the things in the mid-deck with some of the day-to-day living things that we do down there. Right now, KC is lining up at the galley. You see the foot loops all over the floor there. It helps us kind of keep in place and keep us from moving around anywhere while we're down there. Keep us stationed there at the galley where KC is. She's still in a drink bag. And here we show you what the personal hygiene kit looks like. This is kind of a shaving kit where we've got comb and shampoo, toothbrush, toothpaste. There's our shampoo coming out. You know, razor blades and various items in the Ziploc bag, and you know the ever necessary deodorant for the commander, and a razor and shaving cream there on the top flap. Here KC is showing us one of the food trays. These food trays have got 3 meals per tray for 4 people. So this is the redshift meal tray that KC has gotten out. And our undying appreciation goes to the folks who pack and manifest all the food for us so that we have these great meals up here. You see how the tray is arranged and how you can see things are really packed in there, but you can see some really good stuff like cookies, and here KC's pulling out one of the breakfast items, granola with blueberries. You can see right here on the left side of the middeck, we've got the galley. We've got the printer there where we print out all our messages that get sent up to us from the ground. And then behind this door, we have the WCS, otherwise known as the bathroom, because this is where we go for our daily hygiene, and you can see there the WCS with towels hanging out from the door, and the different cabinets that we have for tissues and different things like that. Now, KC is going to go from the middeck back to the space hab, and she goes down the tunnel, and as she approaches the space hab, magically turns into Laurel as she comes out of the tunnel into the space hab to prepare for another arms run, which is the advanced respiratory monitoring system. She's getting on the cycloergometer there to do some tests with that payload. Since we're in 0G, you have to use a seatbelt to keep you onto the seat there. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to pedal the bicycle. Also, while the folks do the arms experiments, they listen to a compact disc player. Here, Laurel is getting her set up, and it's very interesting, the gyroscopic effect that you get out of the compact disc player while it's spinning and you let it go and float in space. Here in the module, you can see how things are laid out. We've kind of got a stowage area over here, and we wanted to show you our space iron. This is where Laurel laid out her shirt in preparation for the big press conference that we were going to have, and so that's how you straighten things out here in space.
And And this live view is of Mission Specialist David Brown inside the Space Hab Research Double Module, which is serving as the laboratory for the 107 mission. He is working with the combustion module, which is housing the water mist fire suppression experiment. The combustion module is providing experiment control, containment, diagnostics, and communications for this on-orbit fire-related experiment. It also provided that information and control for 2 other experiments before this for this mission. That first experiment was the laminar soot process experiment, which was working to gain a better understanding of soot formation by using the microgravity environment, which slows down the reactions in a flame, and those reactions could be more easily studied while in orbit. The second experiment inside the combustion module for this mission was the structures of flame balls at low Lewis number, and that experiment was working to improve the understanding of lean combustion, which could help engineers design engines with better fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. This water mist fire suppression experiment is studying how a water mist system can put out flames. A thin layer of a flame is developed inside the combustion module, and then a mist, like in a fog here on Earth, would be used to extinguish that flame to study how the droplets interact with the flame. This information from this experiment could be used to determine the optimum water concentration and water droplet size needed to suppress fires using a water-based system. We could possibly use that information to improve models for designing the next generation of environmentally friendly, low-cost firefighting systems that would replace the current firefighting chemicals, including halons, which are actually bad for the Earth's ozone layer. Now see the lights of the lasers inside the combustion module.
And Willie, we copy, and that's fine. We'll be ready for you to continue when you get the spec.
And the flame ignites.
Wastewater temp message.
Okay, I understand. We won't.
And the water mist that extinguishes the flame.
Termination. All of step I per the procedure is written.
Columbia Space Hab POC for the module. Just a heads up, a mist burn will be initiated here in about 15 seconds if you want to watch.
Corb Space Hab Crew Interface Coordinator announcing the initiation of a mist burn in just a few seconds with Columbia and Free Drift. Here we're seeing initiation of the laser lights that are used to study the intensity or the nature of the mist that's formed. Here's the ignition. That ignition by a wire igniter, and the flame ball moving down and toward its being extinguished by that water mist.
And Buck, let Angel know that we have just looked at harmony in space on the screen.
Copy, Elon.
Elon's been hard at work today on arms. He's gotten figured out now that it's his last run to be on the ergometer right side up. In space, there is no particular direction up and down, so sometimes we use what you call the ceiling as the floor. It's actually really fun to change your orientation. Today's Elon's last run, and the whole crew will be done with arms after this. Here, Rick, our commander, is going up to the freezer that we have on board, and we're going to show you some of our liquid gold, our samples that we're collecting for physiology changes in space, urine and blood and saliva, and it's all being frozen, so we'll deliver it back home to the scientists who are eagerly awaiting. Our Space Hab is a great place to work. Here we have the Space Hab choo-choo train coming down the tunnel. It's really fun to, we have to zip up and down here a lot of times today, but today we've got Rick and Casey and Ilan all coming together in a big train. And mostly work's got a whole lot of fun up here. Here's Ilan doing some microgravity circus tricks. You can see the hidden arm from the side to make sure we protect all of our microgravity payloads that we have on board. Of course, our commander couldn't let Ilan show him up, so he's doing some very nice pirouettes here as well. And of course, we're getting ready to go home, so we're doing exercise and even doing push-ups in order to be ready to feel good when we get back to Earth. Push-ups seem a little bit easier here for some reason. Seriously, we are all exercising and feeling great. Of course, we're eating too. Our family loves soup. We eat a lot of soup at home. Fortunately, the food folks have fixed some wonderful soup here for us on orbit. This is vegetarian vegetable. One of my favorites. I have soup almost every day for lunch. The packets are sealed. We open them up with scissors. This is pretty much our normal routine for dinner meal. When you open it up, you have to be real careful that nothing comes out, gets all over the place. I'm going to get my spoon out and take a bite. It really is very, very good. Incredible how they've made the food wonderful here for us on orbit. And finally, here's some tortillas. This is a vacuum-packed tortilla. I'll open it up in a minute. We eat them for almost every meal. We've gone through our fresh food tortillas. They're pretty much like tortillas on the ground, but they behave a little bit differently. They're really good with all the other stuff we eat.
This is a few days ago when we deployed the port radiator. You can see the Earth kind of at the top of the screen there. We're looking to the left side of the orbiter when the radiator on the left payload bay door comes up. And as it starts to come up, you can see the reflection of the Earth in the radiator. And really pretty shot looking out the window there. And this is just kind of signifies all the great work that the ECOMs do for us, managing our heat loads and our water and the cooling here on the orbiter, which we very much appreciate. We've had a great flight and a great atmosphere up here, and it's just been a great working environment. We very much appreciate it.
Hey, Rick, thank you for that. ECOM was very thrilled to see his radiator in motion.
I thought he might get a big charge out of that.